Twilight Zone with a weak flipper. So I just have it in test mode. And the flippers are active and so are the slingshots. But watch when I flip this guy. Oops, let's try this again. See how wimpy it is? Pretty wimpy. Can't even make the ramp shot. That's a pretty wimpy flipper. So obviously you can have a mechanical problem, but this is not a mechanical problem. This is an electrical problem. Listen. Hear that? That is oscillation. So that means that there's a problem with the switch that controls the flipper. So inside the cabinet is the flipper board. That's what is basically an electronic style switch to control the flippers. So how do you tell? There's two optics on there. Which one controls which flipper? And the way I do it is I put the game in test mode so the flippers work, and then I manually take my hand and push this away. Then I take my screwdriver and I block the U channel on the upper one, and I can see that that controls the lower playfield flipper. And if I come around this way and do the lower optic, I can see that that controls the other flipper, the upper playfield's flipper. So that's how I know which optic does which flipper, and I know which one I want to replace. So on that flipper board there's these little U-shaped optics. The ones Williams used were more sensitive. They have a number on here. What is it? It's QVE 11233.0086. It's the .0086. That's important. That signifies that it's a Williams part number, more sensitive. This is the generic one right here. These are the let's see, H22 LOIs. They can sometimes work, but they usually don't. It's a risk when you buy these ones, whether it's going to work or not. Problem is that these Williams ones are getting hard to come by. They're still out there, but they're not in the numbers that they used to be, and they're getting expensive. Anyways, this is what I'm going to put in. So now the other trick is there's two of these per flipper board. Assuming that a game could have as many as 4 flippers, you got an upper and a lower. So what's interesting is that on the board, the upper optic controls the lower playfield flipper, which is kind of the reverse of what you would think. So we're replacing this upper one, and when you put the new one in, it does matter which way it goes. If you look on the new part, there's a little white dot. You see a little white dot right by my thumb? That dot has to correspond to the dot that's silkscreened on the board. And it's kind of hard to see, but right here by my finger there's a little white dot, or actually more precisely an O. And that O, you can see it there, is what, yeah, there you can see it by the word 2, by the number 2. There's an O there. That's the O that tells me that it goes in that direction. Because if you put it in reverse, I don't think it wrecks the part, but it just clearly won't work. Game back in test mode and my new optic installed. I can now test my flipper. See how much stronger it is. See how I couldn't even get it up the playfield before. Now look, I just made that ramp shot. I could not make that ramp shot before with the other flipper. Just could not do it. But now I am happy now. She is strong as could be. The other thing too is if you listen, when I hold the flipper in, I don't get that oscillating, that rah 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 noise. Okay, because you don't want that noise. But yeah, we're rocking now. We got ourselves a nice strong flipper that made that shot, no problem. So that little optic, that U-shaped optic, is what screwed up everything. This is the bad one that I took out. Now there is a hack that you can do to replace these optics with physical switches, because at some point we're not going to be able to get these anymore unless somebody has them custom made. We can do that, but on some games I've actually done that. It's not pretty, but you can do it using like a stand-up target and wire the upper and the left flipper together, which is kind of weird because if you notice, if you press the button in a little bit, you can get one flipper up, and then press it a little more, you get the other flipper up. If you do the mechanical switch, hack, as they call it, you won't get that. When you press the button, they'll just both flip at the same time, because there's some guys that'll trap a ball there and then they'll still try and use the upper flipper. Some advanced players, you wouldn't be able to do that.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination.
Party on, guard.